Yo, all right. I think we should be okay on Twitch, right? If you're in there, just drop me like emojis. Let me know that you hear me okay. I think. Hopefully we're okay. Hopefully. Hold on now. Hold on now. Add files. Let me go to YouTube, hit OK. All right. Let me go into, sorry guys, I'm getting this together slowly. I apologize. And okay. Whoop, I just messed up again. Sorry, everybody. Okay. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Long time no see. All right, so we were just on YouTube, and now we are on Twitch. Trying to influx some people from, YouTube, which didn't work this time, probably because I destroyed that stream in the beginning. But we have, now we're in the chill zone, right? So I have the Z6 wired up with the Tether Tools Air Direct. I don't want to use this camera for this. I really want to get used to that Z7. So I'm going to disconnect this one really quick. We ended with about 50 on YouTube, not bad. You should be a little closer to my phone now. Oh, I should be a little closer. Yeah, you totally missed the YouTube part. That was something. That was something. So I went over what the Air Direct is, and where's the Z7? Okay, Z7 right here. Yeah, the Twitch is, I think, does a little better job receiving the encoding, but what do I know? So let's put this wireless tether back on here. What a disaster that one was, huh? Could not get that stream off the ground for the first, like, ever so long. I believe it. YouTube's a beast, man. YouTube's just not great. Okay, so what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to my studio. We were just on YouTube and we did a demo to check out what the Air Direct from Tether Tools is about. Wireless tethering system. If you guys want me to go through that, let me know. But I'm pretty sure everyone in this chat was already there on YouTube. Anyway, we have this lighting configuration going on where I have the direction of my key light coming from where the windows are, bouncing off of the walls, and then my fill light coming almost on axis, but not totally. And that allows me to get like an organic look to the light, right? When we were doing this, wow, I totally went crazy shooting a bunch of stuff here, huh? Is it me or did the Z50 move? Yeah, it moved. I knocked it by accident. It's whatever. Oh, is that it? You want to see Sheila, you creep? There you go. There's your plastic naked woman. Just like prom night. Hey. All right. Has that stove ever been used? Yeah. What you guys don't know is one of the other pros that are part of our studio is one of the best food photographers in New York. And he does some amazingly huge campaigns, and he brings in chefs and food stylists and all sorts of stuff. So, yeah, it's been used. It's pretty interesting. And he's also, oh, actually, you guys know who he is. Paul Gelsabello. He's been on Dan Norton's channel. He's the guy who talked about what it's like shooting food and all these hotel jobs that he does and stuff like that. You've seen him. He's on Dan's channel. So this one didn't work so well, huh? We didn't get anybody new over here except last time we jumped it. This time, not so much. Not so much. We actually lost 2 people. We were at 556 or 546, no, 556. And now we're at 554, so it is what it is. He's a character. I love Paul. He's a good guy. So what do you guys want to get into? Because we went over the Air Direct. We saw the Air Direct in action over here, you know. I think it's one of the coolest things is being able to see the Z7 resolution over here as opposed to the Z6 resolution, which you can see starts losing some of that clean line. You know, it's kind of crazy, right? All right, what do you guys want to get into? We've lit Sheila like 1,000 different ways, and I feel like I went with a really safe way to light her this time. I'm kind of into this idea of not doing any modifiers today. I kind of like the idea of just using like raw heads, but there's only so much you can really do. You have to, you know, flagging them, diffusing them, all sorts of stuff. I think what I am going to do, though, is try something kind of interesting out, if you guys don't mind humoring me. I think what we'll do is I kind of want to do a shot where I take this, right? You know, let me get a sandbag really quick. Oof, this is of course, I grabbed the biggest, heaviest sandbag. Okay. I'm going to do a lateral. And I think what we're going to get into is shooting Sheila with a raw head through a Elastolight Halo diffuser. Keep the light really local, right? And then what I'll do is I'll use this light to fill in the ambiance. What do you guys think about that? Now it's etched on my eyeballs. Oh, geez. What are you guys talking about in there? Let's turn this light on. I'm going to turn on the modeling light so that I can see right where. Can you guys see that? I can't even tell if you guys can. Yeah, you can kind of see that, right? All that orangey light. And just do like a really, really drastic pattern. And then I'll take Elastolight Halo, right? And I'll just really localize her like this. So let's take a shot with just this light active. And we'll see what we get. So we got the Tether Tools Air Direct going on here. Let's go, I need a, there we go. Sorry, I need to put a flash on this camera so that we can get it to trigger, right? Too many Nikons, guys. I'm just dripping in Nikons, and soon I'll have a Z5 to mess with. I guess we'll try that out. Would you guys want me to try out the Z5? It's just like a lesser Z6. I don't know what we would actually get out of that, but I would like to see how it streams with the USB power going on and everything. Yeah? Okay. All right. Who knew? Who knew? All right, so this, okay. So this is, we're gonna do this TTL with no diffuser on it. Then we're gonna throw the diffuser on and see how it changes, okay? So let's go back to the Mac and let's take a look. So I'm watching the light pattern. I'm trying to get it semi-symmetrical-ish. And then I'm gonna shoot like an influencer jerk because that's what we do now. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, I'm doing wireless. Hey, new follower, welcome. Thank you so much for following. I hope you enjoy your stay. So now we have this super dramatic look to her, right? Well, let's take this 3-foot diffuser halo, still doing TTL, right? Still TTL. Just hit her in the head with it. Don't do that to your model. You heard that too, like clack. Let's see how different we get. And boom. So you see how quickly those shadow patterns changed? Right? Just from adding a diffuser. Look at under her nose alone. Look at under her nose alone. Just by adding a handheld diffuser. Right? The color is going to change because the diffuser itself is a little warmer, believe it or not. Personally, I kind of want to give it a little bit more juice than that. So I'm going to go into manual. I forgot what group that one is. I think it's C. Let me see. Nope, it's B. Right? B? Yep, it's B. Okay, so let it go back on. Modeling light. Okay. So I'm going to give it just a touch more juice. I'm going to give it to maybe like 3/10 of a stop. Let's give it a shot. Sculpt her out. So I'm not doing totally over. I'm doing a little bit like this. And I'm trying to not go too much this way because I don't want it to start spilling on the backdrop. So we're doing kind of like a little in between going on here. I hate shooting from the LCD screen. Let's take a look. And boom. All right. I think I went a little overboard on the power, but it's kind of getting there. So let's drop this back 2/10 of a stop. Now what I want to do is I kind of want to bring up the background. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this second strobe that I have out. And I'm going to take this guy and I'm going to put it the same distance as she is to the background. I don't know if you guys are even looking at me. Oh yeah, you can see me. We tilted this way a little bit. Does that help you guys a little bit? Okay. So I'm going to turn this light on and I'm going to just nail the ceiling. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put it behind her a little bit because what I'm doing is I'm separating the zones. Key light, fill light will just bathe in this way. I'm going to dial this thing down to like 3. All right. And all I want to do is bring up that background a touch while keeping the drama on Sheila, right? So we're going to go into our lights and I'm just going to shoot the back strobe just so I can see what it's doing. Oh, I forgot, I'm not allowed to use the EVF, right? Not allowed to, I don't care, I'm using the EVF. I don't care, guys, I don't care, I don't care. Barely anything, right? So let's see what that comes up. This is what we had without the fill light in there. And then this is bringing up that background a little bit. Not so much, right? There's not too drastic of a difference in there. So let's bring up that light another 7/10 of a stop. Now I'm going to turn on my key light again. And let's see what we get. Let's see what happens. And boom. So here's where we were. Here's where we are. Not big of a difference. So what do? I just keep adding power to that back light. I'll go into C group and I will boost it. Let's just go drastic. Let's do 2 stops. Let's see what happens with 2 stops. It's probably going to be kind of bananas, actually. Let's see what happens. Because what happens is when we raise up that back light, it'll give the perception of more contrast on Sheila. See? Yeah. Let's see what this looks like all zoomed out. I'm just curious. I'm literally just messing around now, so. How long you've been shooting? I'm really new, need a lot of work. I've been in this game for about 20 years almost, believe it or not. Went pro really, really young. We started here, and we're getting to there. Do I even... Yeah. You gotta love high res, man. You gotta love high res. Now, what I could do to really change this up quickly is throw a gel on that back light, right? If I put a gel on this light, that means that background drastically changes color. So, let's see what I got. I really don't feel like making a mess of gels, but I don't know, you guys want to go pink? We haven't done pink in a while. I'm sure Twixler would like that, wherever she's at. Let's see how this goes. All right, let's give this a shot. Now remember, we put a gel on the light. That means that we are going to lose light on that back light. So I'm not hating it, but let's just see what happens. In reality, what we're doing is we're just bouncing light off the ceiling to wash down instead of nailing the background directly with light, which is kind of like a good way to do it, honestly. Kind of a good way to do it. Although, I kind of want to relax this light a little bit. Just a little bit. All right, let's take this shot. Sheila needs some skin. Oh yeah, I'm neglecting her, please. Her paint is from like 1992. Give me a break. Give me a break. Give me a break. What's in the box? All right, let's see how this goes. I keep hitting her in the head. Don't do that to your model. Don't do it. This is either gonna be cool or garbage. And so not it. That's kind of interesting, huh? So that goes to show you what that backlight is actually touching, right? What would a grid on the main light do? A grid on the main light would cause your contrast to go up because you're limiting the spread of it. However, I'm literally using a raw light with a big diffusion panel. You know? What I could, so that light is actually hitting Sheila because there is spill coming from this side of the light. If I just did this, move the light this way, we should get rid of that spill. Just move it closer to the background, and now, if I wanted to get rid of that spill, I pretty much should have been able to get rid of it. You like the spill? Well, we can add more spill if you want. We can make it spilly McSpill. Let's see what happens. Oh, wow, it must be bouncing like crazy. Oh, you know what it is? It's bouncing off of this I-beam, which is all right. But we could point this light this way, more towards me, right? And then that should hit her more like a rim light coming downward. So let's see how that goes. Oh, I left my camera on the other side of this. See, I'm used to my camera always being by my computer because I'm usually tethered in, but now I'm all wireless. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. Let's see how this goes. Just spill it everywhere. And boop. See? Now it's more like a rim light. So before it was a spill, but now it's a highlight. So here's the spill. Here's a highlight. So, oof. Look at all that res. Look at all that. Look at all that res. Look at all the res. Can you change the zoom of the fill light like on a speed light? No, because it's a studio strobe. There is no zoom unless I put a zoom reflector on it, which I don't really have one out right now. I mean, I'm literally just messing around at this point. So what I'm curious is, because Sheila is literally painted white, why don't we blast a light into her back and into the background? Let's try that out. Because this is a cool effect if you're shooting a model that's wearing like a sequin dress. You get this really weird light. I think Gavin even did a video on it. So let's see how this goes. Let's, this is going to be a mess. This is going to be a mess. I need another piece of tape. Another piece of tape. Another piece of tape. All right, let's see how this goes. Can only go completely wrong, right? So I'm gonna nail this light, probably like, I'll give it 2 more stops just for the sake of it. All right, let's see. That stand is too tall. That stand is too tall. I'm gonna use this stand instead before I lose my mind. All right, let's see how this monstrosity goes. Oh boy, I don't know what I'm doing anymore or why we're doing this. I lost my diffuser. Oh, there it is. So with this, I don't want to do this too much, because if I do, this pink light will bounce off of this and affect her and turn her skin pink. We don't want to do that. So what I want to do is get more of a flatter profile and in front of her. All right. Let's take a look. Let's see what this did. This mess. And whoa, that's a lot of flare. So I can almost guarantee you what's happening is this white room is bouncing light everywhere. In fact, if I take away this, yeah, holy pink is right, right? If I take away this diffuser and I were to close down a couple stops because, you know, because the diffuser eats up 2 stops, it'll probably just be another mess. Yeah, see? The diffuser is reflecting the light. That's a raw light. This is the diffuser in front. Can you clip that reflector to a C-stand so you have to hold it? I could, but I'm not going to because I'm changing the angle of it every time I use it. Plus, I don't even want to now. I actually really like this. If I were to zoom out and get some plastic boobies on my channel, you can actually see the pattern a little bit differently. Wireless tether, man. So you see it's hitting her back so hard, it's reflecting off of her arm and getting trapped in there a little bit. But I actually kind of like this. I don't know, man. I'm actually kind of feeling it. If I were to just get a little more angle on it. I just kind of like how stark it is, right? I mean, it's kind of crazy. There's still pink in her skin, but at least it's a fill light. So what I mean by that is, you see how over here, the shadows are actually turning pink? So what's happening here is the light, Jazz, what is going on with the what if, this, that, then the other thing? Let me just do stuff. What was I saying? The key light gets us white, but any shadow that's falling off from the key light is then getting filled in by the pink that's reflecting back and around. So that's kind of cool, right? That's a colored fill with a colored background using only 2 lights. Kind of cool. I'm kind of digging it. If I were to raise my key light, these shadows would stretch even more. If I stretch them even more, that gives me more shadows to turn pink, right? In theory. So let's do that. Let me boost this up. So I can actually watch the shadows drag now because I have the modeling light on. So let's see how these, she's a little tilted, which isn't going to be cool, but whatever. Let's see how this goes. And nope. Yeah, you see that? More shadow means more got filled in. See that? In fact, if I took my key light and I added in probably another like just under a stop of light, you should be able to get a little bit more white to show through. But what I'm going to have to do is lower the power on the rear light so that it's not able to bounce such a wash around. Watch. So this is with more light from the key, same light on the background. Now if I take my backlight and I lower that a little close to a stop, all right? I can't shoot from the LCD screen. Sucks. It sucks. It sucks. So this is with the backlight powered down, coming up right now. You see the difference? It's subtle, but it's there. You see how over here you have like this pinker wash, and over here you have a little bit more of a neutral tone? Makes sense, right? Because if we're taking power away from what's creating the pink light, that lets the key light shine through a little tighter. If the key light's shining through, I can separate my zones, right? I could even go into this, drop that light a little bit more, tighten down this, go into this light, add 2/10 of a stop, just 2/10, and we're really dialing in the light, right? You could easily just sling gels around and be like, that's fine. But when you start really dialing it in, that's when you start seeing some things happen. So this is really separating our sources. I added light to the key light in the front. I lowered the light in the back, and that separates them even further, right? That makes the ratio even that much wider, right? Now let's say I want to have more pink in these shadows. What am I going to do? Well, I'm only using 2 lights, and only one of them is pink. So if I go into my rear light, and I give it like a stop and a half of light, beep boop, beep boop, boop beep boop boop, beep boop 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 boop. And here it comes, boom. I have pink shadows again, right? This is the only difference between these two is I added a stop and a half more light to my rear light. And we wouldn't want that much of a neck shadow, but I'm okay with it because I want shadows to fill in to make them pink. If I took those shadows away, if I take that shadow away, that pink doesn't exist there anymore. Oh my God, this is a little bit pain that it's taking this long. See that? The pink goes away, it starts evening out. Now if I wanted this shot to look a little more subdued, I go into my B group, take away 7/10 of the stop. Oh my God, I cannot shoot from the LCD screen. Come on, there you go. Way less intense. I mean, you can see the difference, right? You get more definition. And because we dialed in our rear light, we get those pink shadows, but we still get our neutral tone in the skin that we want. You see how it's all about balancing out? We're playing a game here. It's almost butterfly, but the reason you're not getting butterfly is because my key light is literally pointed almost straight down. So with butterfly light, what's actually happening is your lights are almost at equal but opposite angles, right? With this light is literally going down almost. It's like maybe I got 15 degrees into her, maybe. It probably looks differently to you guys, but that's basically what's happening. Now, if I wanted to, I could just shut off that back light and go completely raw with this and have a contrasty light. And if I wanted to, I could also just take a reflector. Let's let this one load. And just dust in the light that I want on her alone. So just having a light back there completely changes the shot, right? It has nothing to do with turning a bunch of lights on and off. And I'm sorry, it has nothing to do with turning different modifiers on and moving lights all over the place. This is the same setup. Same setup. We're just playing games. You know? So that's why I'm a big believer in multiple points of light, not just one giant light source. I like to be able to have a lot of different shots out of one set real fast, you know? And because we're creating the shadow with a hard light, we're able to fill in that shadow however we want. Had those shadows not existed, because we had like a larger light source, actually, let's do that. Let's do that. Watch this, guys. We're going to take this light and now bounce it into the ceiling and make it a bigger, softer light source. That's not a bad idea, actually. So now this light's going to be nailing into the ceiling. The ceiling will become my light source. So I'm going to turn off the backlight. Right? And now I'm going to go into TTL and we will get a shot out of this like that. Oh, I can't shoot from the LCD. I can't get used to it. Just can't do it. Can't do it, everybody. Sorry. So you can hear that light just boosted up in power. And now I should have a pretty flat light. Come on. Real flat, right? Now I take my rear light. I turn my rear light on. Now watch. Less shadows. Less shadows means less pink in those shadows. They're actually not separated anymore. They're going to nail into each other. See that? Very pastel, but now there's no pink in the shadows too much. Subtle, but not nearly where we were. Not nearly where we were. So they're actually counteracting each other. I mean, this is pink shadows. You see the difference? So we're talking about pastel now, right? So now I can play games with this as well. I can take down my, I can take down, I can take down the power of my key light by a little bit, about 3/10, boost up the power of my rear light by 7/10. That means that they're a stop apart, further than where they were, not just a stop apart, but wherever I was, plus a stop different. Right. I mean, some people live for flat key lights. I'm not one of them. Now you see how because we stretched out the ratio an extra stop, how much more the pink infiltrates, right? But if I take up my key light and I take down my rear light by like, I'm going to go drastic. Let's do 2 whole stops on the back light. I don't know how people shoot like this. I really don't know how people shoot like this. Someone tell me how these YouTubers hang their freaking cameras out in front like that. It's just stupid. So this should be way more neutral. Meanwhile, I'm shooting with a pink gel. What happened to the pink gel? Because this light is so much more overbearing than that light. There's a pink gel in there. I mean, if I turn off my key light and I just shoot that light, that pink light is there. It's kind of a pinky gray, yeah. But this is just the pink light coming up. 3, 2, 1, boom. That's how subdued it is. But now with no other lights on, just the background light, if I boost it back up 2 stops, watch it wash out and make the entire thing a pastel, just a wash of pink is about to hit us. That hat guy does it all the time? Yeah, fuck that hat guy. I don't know who he is, but whatever. I don't understand that. See, now all it is just a monotone color, right? That pink is actually bouncing off of the rest of the wall. Now, if I put on my key light, oh, I can't do this. I don't know how I'm going to do this. I don't know how I'm going to do this job like this. If I put back on my key light and we see a huge difference when we're adding in that neutral light, right? Just the subtle pastel in the back. Now, if I take this same light and I just spin it around, point it at her, and then drop my power, because now I'm not just bouncing, I'm literally ripping into her with it. I'll lower it down a stop. Now they're separated because it's not spreading into the same zone. And come on. Oh, way too much light coming out of that. Okay. So let's drop it down to another like almost 2 stops. If she wasn't painted white, that wouldn't have been so bad. Beep, boop. Boop, boop. Beep, boop, beep, 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 bop, 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 bop. And there you go. So rear light with a wash from the front, rear light with a direct light from the front. Look how drastic that was. Same distance. We had to mess with the power a little bit, but you get where I'm going? You see this? I mean, that one in the middle I think is super interesting, honestly. Yeah, well, you're not holding it out. That's the difference, Dan. It's kind of an interesting little study, right? Now what I want to do is something I never really do live, but let's do it. Let's make the shadows go the other way. Let's light her from underneath a little bit. Let's do some creepy special effectsy looking lighting. Although this is not the way to do this. I would not bounce it off the floor like this, but let's do it. Let's do it this way. That's better. All right. I would not do a raw head for this, but we're going to do it anyway because that's what I'm doing. All right, so now we have really bad underneath lighting, right? I usually don't like to shoot underneath like this, so I'm going to diffuse it a little bit and feather it off of her. Let's take a look at that. And boop. This light's too rough, man. I don't want it like that. Let me piece it off of her a little bit. Now let's turn on that rear light to fill in all those underneath shadows. Beep, 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 beep. There's the circle. Oh, we need way more light than that. Oh, you know what's happening? This light is bouncing off of the ceiling. That's what's happening. It's going to murk out that backlight like crazy. Let me see what I'm at. I'm going to nail the hell out of this backlight. And I'm going to take this light and point it more directional at her. And I'm going to drop it a little bit because it's like literally in her face. Let's see what we get. Oof. And so that's pink shadows. Those are pink shadows, buddies. Pink shoulder blades. Pink bridge. Pink hairline. I mean, all of that. I guess we're just making colored shadows today, huh? I don't know why. I don't know why. Let's see what we can get into with a little Daniel Norton style. Little Danny Noor style. Although she has no eyeballs, so it's not going to look totally like Dan's style. Let me see. All right, we're getting there. Let's see how this goes. Oh, I left all the light on. I made a mistake, guys. We'll see. If it looks cool, I didn't make a mistake. If it doesn't look cool, I made a mistake. Oh, all right, not bad. I meant to do that. Now, what I'm going to do is flip this light just a touch. Just a touch. Where's the shot? There it is, boom. Open her up just a little bit, right? Just a little bit. I kind of like the one on the top a little more, honestly, but this is not Rembrandt lighting, and fuck Rembrandt lighting. So this is just two lights. I mean, you could do this with a speed light, you know? I don't know. I mean, she's a girl, so isn't it broad lighting? I don't know. Honestly, I never remember any of that junk. Look, you can remember names of lighting all you want, but it's never about replicating patterns. It's all about creating the light that you know will work. Even if you want Rembrandt lighting, there is like a feel to when you kind of break that line between this is Rembrandt lighting and here's like a variation of it. Everything should be kind of a variation. There's endless, infinite ways to light people or things or whatever. There's endless ways to light. What you need to do is figure out what you're trying to apply, what you're trying to create, you know, your shadow patterns, your textures, your shadow densities, you know, what the projection of those shadows should be. Things like that is what you should be in your head. Not, I'm going to do butterfly lighting today. Like, no, just no. Now, what would happen if you put a gel in the key light? Would it well, let's put a gel on it. Let's put a green gel on it. Oh, that's like a grassy green. Do we want to do grassy or do we want like a, I don't know if I want to do this green. Let me see if I got another green. You know what? I don't see another green that I used to like. Oh, my gels are such a mess. I'm going to do this weird blue. You want to do this, teal? We can do teal. We can do teal. I need to get a roll of tape real quick. Oh, why did that come off? Do I have another piece of tape? Sorry guys, this usually doesn't take me this long to gel a light, but you know. I had a camera. This is the thing, so this is the new problem with wireless tether. Usually it's right next to my computer because I'm tethered to it. Now my freaking light is anywhere, my camera's anywhere. All right, so let's see what happens when we gel that light. So now we got a pink and a teal light. Let's see what happens. First of all, we're going to eat up some light from the key light. Now I'm going to bounce this back in. Yeah, it's just a lot of light coming from behind her. So it's not going to do much. You can see that it's a little more purple than pink, but still. If I turned off this light and just shot with the pink light, it'd be a cool silhouette-y kind of thing. Oh, wait. Did that not shut off? This did not shut off. Is this one off? Is this one off? This one is still going. Okay, so I just want to see just straight up blasted with pink. Blasted with pink. Under the sea. Under the sea. So blasted with pink. Now what I wonder is, if I were to shift her like this and have the windows creep in, and I'm still doing the pink behind her, right? So now, what are we going to look at? Like, this is without any lights on. This is just window light behind her now, right? The light leak is coming from the gel bent. It's actually, so now I turn on my lights and I can't remember what to name these lights, that's the problem. Is this going off? No, okay. So now if I do just the pink against the windows, right? Just the pink against the windows. Very interesting, right? Very interesting. Now, if I were to back this light up a little bit, all right, let me see what this is doing. So that is ripping that way. So what I'm going to do is lower this pink light a little bit, like physically lower it, not lower the power, so that's not burning away the, man. I'm going to lower it just a little bit. And then I'm going to take this teal light, I'm going to swing it this way. Oh shit, just banged my lens, so now that'll never focus again. That's great. And we're looking at, did it load? Am I looking at the wrong? Did this image load? Take a look. So this is just the pink gel. This is just pink. Oh, welcome all you newcomers. So this is just the pink behind her, right? Okay, that's kind of interesting, right? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my teal light. Hold on. I'm going to take this teal light. Can you guys see this? This teal light? I'm going to boost it up and come down real sharp. And I'm going to do that because what I want to do is keep the pink zone where it is, keep my shadow tone where it is, but then give her a teal outline. All right? So let's do that. Let's point this down. And anybody that's new to my chat, welcome. Please consider hitting follow if you're a photo nerd or just want to stay up on some, talking about some imaging and stuff like that. Anybody in the chat can direct them to the Discord where we do image critiques and share each other's work and stuff. You're more than welcome to join my my little world here. Why is this gel not sticking to anything today? What is going on? Why are you doing this to me? Why are you doing this? All right, so what I'm gonna do is drastically drop this down, right? I'm gonna push this up. So now what in theory is gonna happen is it'll hit a sharp down here, bathe against her and cause a rim, but not really break up the shadow, okay? So let's try that. In fact, just to give myself a fail-safe, I'm going to turn on the modeling light. And I'm going to pitch this a little bit. There we go, that's where it is. Okay. All right, so what we should get is this kind of hard halo. I'm hoping not to get a hot spot on her head, but I guarantee you that's probably going to be the case. There's not much I can do about that with what I'm doing right now, unless I pull out some other stuff. Or I could put the diffuser here. That could be interesting, actually. All right, let's get this shot nailed down a little bit. All right. Okay, let's do this. Let's see what happens. We might even get blue curtains, actually. It's there, but not as much as I want. Not as much as I want. Yeah, see, it's on her shoulder. All right, it's on her shoulder. So what I'm gonna do is boost this more lateral. So first of all, my stand is in the shot. You can't see it, but if I were to move it all, it would definitely be there. So why don't we put this light right where I want it, which is right about here. Let me see. I think what's going to happen is the sunlight in the window is going to just annihilate me on this, but we'll see what happens. Let's see. It's a little bit of a screwy little. Whoa, what are you guys talking about? It's a screwy little setup. Okay. Yeah, it's washing like crazy. It is washing like crazy. I kind of like it, but it's not really what I want. I'm going to drop down the blue light a little bit by like just about a stop. I don't know what we're getting into now, but we're in it, so we're doing it. Oh, interesting. Okay. For some reason, I think I have to cancel out that window light a little bit harder. And let's see. So now I'm at F14 to take out the window light a little bit harder. I raised the power of my light a little bit. Just curious. Now I'm just playing games. How about the blue coming from behind? What do you mean? Come on. Nah. I wanted to really frame her out with the teal, but it's not hitting at the angle I want it to hit at. So what I think I'm going to do is actually drop this light down physically. Right. So what I'm going to do is drop this light down and then bang it upwards a little bit and just see what we get. Because and right now I'm like in a soupy mess of lighting now. Soupy mess. But I have a weird feeling here that we can get this one. I have a feeling. Oh, that's interesting. There's just so much light coming through the window. So much. Where's my camera? Okay. All right. So right now I have let's do this. Here's a shot without any flash, so you guys have an idea of what the hell is going on here that I'm looking at. Okay? Then this is with the teal light on, so we can actually see what the hell that light's doing. See what this light is doing with the teal, just the teal. What if you use the teal light as a separation light? I'm going that direction, just I'm trying to do it from a different, that's where it is. See that chin right there? Okay, now, okay. That's where we're going. That's where we're going. That's where we're going. Okay. Let me just take a look. Yes, okay, here we go. This is just the teal light. Come on. I'm not used to this slow of a tether. I'm not a Lightroom person. That's where we want it. Okay, gonna turn on my pink light now. See what this mess looks like. Oh, I don't want to use the screen. Stop telling me to use the screen. I don't want to do it. Yeah, aha. Now, if I wanted to, I could slow my shutter down and bring in more of that window light. Just a little bit. To about right there. And come on. There it is. See that? We're shaping her with the colors and then bringing in the windows. I could even slow down the shutter even more to like, because I have stabilization, right? Could slow it down to like a 20th. Really blow out those windows so that there's no texture on them. And these are just exercises. You guys can totally just keep playing games. Yeah, that's interesting, right? That's kind of interesting. And now if I wanted to, I can go right back to a fast shutter speed and cancel those windows down a little more. Or a lot, really. Right? What's your opinion on the remote so far? It hasn't lost a frame yet. It is a little weird waiting this much longer. That's interesting. That's pretty interesting. Now what I want to do, what I'm really curious about, and it's probably just the stupidest thing ever, what if I took that teal light and I throw it under the sheer curtains? I mean, why not? We're just playing games now, right? If I drape this over it. Oh, geez, this is going to be a lot of light. How much light do I got coming out of this? Let's take a look. A lot of light coming out. I just put the blue light, I shoved it under the curtain. Now let's just see what happens. Oh, okay. Hey girl, but now we have no neutral light. Zero neutral light. That means that she's pink or she's teal. There is no going back. Now what we could do is blast the wall, turn this pink light away from her into the wall and then wash pink forward. That could be interesting. Actually, you know what? Let's do it into the ceiling. Yeah, the ceiling. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Into the ceiling. That way, it's coming down and not gonna hit those curtains so much. I have no idea what this is gonna look like, to be honest with you. I have an idea, but I don't think it's gonna be that great, but we'll see. No idea. Let's see what we're getting. On a side note, with the Tether Tools brand, just one reason to switch away from what? Oh, interesting. Now can we get that hotspot away? Switch away from Pentax. They offer nothing for Pentax. No, yeah, nobody had to mess. All right, now I'm gonna drop that light down physically so it's not such a hot spot. That could be the way to do this. I don't know what rabbit hole I just went down, but you're all in it now. Deal with it. Deal with it. All right, I'm lowering the light so that there isn't such a heavy hot spot on the curtains. Now let's take a shot. Let's see what we get. Not so much blue anymore, right? So let's go into the blue and try to max out as much power as we can out of it, because why not? We got the power. Let's use the power. Let's see what we get. In a few years, Pentax will manufacture pharmaceuticals. You never know, they just might. Oh, okay. So that is a completely separated zones right there. It's just now I have a C-stand in the way. But I can physically move her forward. Or I would be like, Sheila, can you take a step forward? She'd be like, yeah, follow me at Sheila the mannequin. Da, 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 da. And they'll be like, all right, they got it, they got it. Still gives her shape to the face too, which is interesting, right? Okay, so now what do we want to do? I think I want to give her way more pink. So let me just, this light is all the way maxed out, this pink light. So let's see what we get. I have no idea what the hell I'm shooting this garbage for, but whatever, guys, we're in this. I need to break some rust off. Haven't gone live for a legit, and circle, boom. All right, so now it's washing, right? Now it's neutralizing on those curtains. I'm not so into that. Before, we had this nice dramatic look to it, you know? What would flagging the window light do? Well, the window light isn't really doing anything right now because I'm at F14 and it's canceled out. All the window light is doing is illuminating the shear a little bit. I don't know where I want to go with this, honestly. Oh, I know where I want to go with it. What am I doing? What am I talking about? You guys, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take this pink light and and I'm gonna give it some height. I know what we're gonna do. Here we go. Here we go. Come on, atta girl. Come on, come on. There you go. Atta girl, I knew you could do it. Ha ha. All right, so we're gonna extend the arm over the tall leg, right? We all know my C-stand video. We're all good with that. Okay, now we're gonna really localize this light. We're doing this with bare heads, by the way. Remember, there's no modifiers except gels on these lights. This is, oh man. Call me Mr. Butterfingers. Why is this, I think this knuckle is worn out. Hold on. Right? Why is it still spinning? It's still spinning. All right, we're gonna, should I swap this out really quick? If it was a real model, maybe. Let's see. What we get when we just blitz the light hard straight down, right in front of her. So the light is literally like right here. All right. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Ooh, guys, this is going to be interesting. In fact, I'm going to shut off the backlight. I'm going to keep this light on. I'm just going to do a quick TTL. Just a quick TTL on it. See what we get, and then I'll add the blue. I know, I'm having a good, that's not a D1, that's a B1X. Okay, right? Right? Now we add the blue light. Now we add the blue light. See what we get. Come on, blue background. And, ooh, we need more blue. We need more blue. Let's take a look. And circle, boom. Very interesting. I am into that. I don't know what you guys think. Cast your votes. If you're into it, give me an emoji. Give me an emoji. Right, because what's happening, Calibra, is that instead of the light being directly down, it is washing past the front of her. The light is here. I think that's pretty ill, honestly, personally. Is it sharp? Let's see how Nikon did on the sharpness. Yeah, that looks pretty sharp to me, actually. That looks pretty sharp to me. Just out of curiosity, I'm going to drag the shutter and see if that window becomes more neutral. I'm just curious. Just curious. We're going to go down to a 30th. And then I'll go back to a 1/60th. And I'm kind of curious what this light is running at, that it's... You know what? I got more power on that blue. Should we do more blue? Okay, so that's more of a neutral window, right? And then the next one is back down to being subdued. That's just with shutter speed, right? This is just with shutter speed. Slower the shutter, more ambient light comes in. You guys want more blue? I feel like if we do more blue, we'll lose the texture of the curtain though. But hey, let's do it. Let's do more blue. I'm actually not hating these, man. I gotta tell you. Let's see what more blue in the background looks like. I'm not so sure I'm gonna like it though. Yeah. See, I don't know. I kind of dig the seeing more texture and the gradation. Still fucking cool though, right? What do you guys think? You think we went down a good rabbit hole and that's where we end up? So just to give you guys an idea of what the hell happened here, this is the light stuck in the curtain. That's where Sheila is with the pink light. So, I don't know, it's not too bad. What do you guys think? I kind of dig making her pink. It's kind of cool. Is Dan still in the chat? Now what we could do is lower the power on the pink and saturate it even more. We could do that. You want to saturate the pink a little more? Let me see what happens here when I do that. I'm going to drop it down a stop on the pink. Hang on, the curtain just moved. Perfect. Perfect. Just when I'm getting this shite nailed. Ah, the curtain just moved. Ah, come on, man. In the middle of a demo, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. I'm going to get a clamp and just keep this thing nailed down. Of course, it happens on Twitch and not on YouTube. I have a meltdown on YouTube and then it's clean on Twitch. Can't imagine why my YouTube's suffering so bad. Can't imagine. Can't imagine. Can't imagine. All right, let's give this a shot. A little less power on the pink. Give it a little bit more saturation. And boom. Do we like that though? That way we get these blue shadows. See, before it was dark shadows. Here, very muted, but the blue, now color theory sets in, right? We're getting a gray neutral because the blue and the pink are actually canceling each other out. Crazy difference, right? Crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Crazy. So, yeah. Thoughts? Thoughts, everybody? And if you're new to this channel, please consider hitting follow. We would love to have you. You know, we do crazy photo stuff like this all the time, including critiques. Is there anybody in this chat? I mean, geez. Do you like the one on the left, Patty? All right. The one on the left, huh? All right, very, very punchy. You like the teal filling in the shadows? All right, so let's split the difference. Let's do the pink halfway. This is a half a stop more light on the pink. And then I'm going to do a wide shot to show you what the whole space looks like. So this is, in between these two, is this one. Right? So we get those teal shadows. That's nice. Texture in the background. A little bit of teal in the shadows, right? Very sculpted. Look at this jawline. Look at this. Look at this jawline. Is basically completely lined by a shadow. That's cheekbone lined by shadow. Eyelid created by shadow. That's the fucking one, dude. Now I'm going to go wide and show you guys what this whole thing looks like. So this is a wide shot of the entire set. That's pretty wild too, right? Answered this before, but why do you use an A1 for a trigger instead of just a trigger? One, I can control more groups from it. Two, I don't have to worry about AAA batteries. The AAA batteries, it's already charged up. And if I want to, in this blink of an eye, I can add an on-camera fill light into the shadows. You like the wide angle? You guys would like the wide angle. I tell you what, why don't we do something weird with the wide angle? Let's get weird. I'm gonna boost up. What about this? Ooh, that's weird, huh? Or, I tell you what if we did it like this? What if we did that and we just crop out the light, right? We do this, we crop out the light, and we hide the highlight. What if we did that? That would be interesting, like this. Ooh, this one's gonna be interesting. You guys ready? Are you guys ready for this? I don't know if you guys are ready for it. Boom! Are you not entertained, motherfuckers? I mean, I don't like the table, but whatever. And remember, this is with no modifiers. This is raw light with gels on it. That's all it is. Look at how weird her hand is. Look at this. Look at this. There's actually like a blue glow in her creepy ass hand. Come on. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Here's gratuitous for you. Super gratuitous for you. I don't know how I feel about that, but it's kind of interesting, right? How's that? How's that for a rabbit hole? Thoughts, concerns, questions? Or whatever Dan usually says. Pretty cool, huh? Thanks, Pato. The color on her knuckles is paint chipping away. It's like a brown primer. Not bad, right? It's almost like I know how to light shit. It's crazy. The knuckles look bloody. Yeah. All right. Nah, I got nothing but old popcorn that I found in here. I can't afford anything, man. Come on. Trying to build a PC, you know how expensive that gets. My lens is a 24 to 120 f4 adapted with the FTZ mount. So this is an F mount lens with an FTZ adapter. Oh, thanks, Arts. I appreciate it. Considering hit follow, I could use some number boost in here. I know. Here's half the price of a Mac. Oh, cool, Lisa. I'm glad. So this was all done with raw, no modifiers, no softboxes, no grids, no beauty dish. So yeah. Thank you, small team. I appreciate it. Oh my God. So that was the wireless tether from Tether Tools. Maybe I'll export this and make it the tether, part of the Tether Tools stream on YouTube. There's a card in the camera, I think. Yeah, there's a card in the camera. But hey, I didn't lose one shot. Thanks, Jose. I'm not looking to be a panhandler, but I appreciate the support. I mean, you can do it in Photoshop. It's just stupid. The Z7's cool. I definitely like my D850 more, but I am an optical type person. I'm not used to mirrorless right now, but the Z7 is way lighter in my hand, and it gives me a really nice image. I really do. I like it. And I just realized that's like $2,700, which is a pretty good price for a high-res mirrorless full frame. Hell, the Canon one is $4 grand, and it burns up. Thanks, Arts. I really appreciate it. And welcome. So, hopefully one of these days I will get a real model in here. No hate on my girl, but you know what I'm saying. Well, I think Nikon did a good job for Gen 1. Yeah, I'm with you, Street. I like to have a DSLR. Well, the reason I don't have real models for these is because I don't know if I'm really going to do them or not. Like, I can't commit and pay a model if I'm not sure if I'm really going to be doing the demo. I don't think DSLRs will go away. Not as fast as people make it seem. The D850 is winning awards left and right. I think that they'll still manufacture as long as people want to buy it, you know? Sheila doesn't charge. In fact, I pay her rent, if you think about it. The sound is weird. I do have the air conditioner on. Hey, Pentax is still making DSLRs. I think they have an APS-C one coming out real soon. How did you get Sheila in the first place? I don't know. She was here, and I think I don't know, she's been here since day one. And ask Daniel. Daniel would know. He's been in the studio for like 15 years. I haven't been here that long. All right, guys. This was a good one, I think. Too bad it sucked on YouTube. I guess I'll have to decide if I'm keeping that live stream or not. You need to get a stuffed dog because my resident model dog, Lucas, is getting tired of me taking photos. Just clip the first part off. Yeah, I gotta get in there and edit it or something. Trim it down or whatever. What a mess. What a mess, man. I cannot tell you how pissed off I was during that whole thing. What a mess. Wait, what is happening now? We were starting a betting pool if you're going to throw the Mac out the window. I was about to. But yeah, when the Mac started going into like hyper overheating again, I was like, get out of here. And then I realized it's throttling back the CPU for the heat. And then I realized, oh, the battery is almost completely drained. It had to have been because I didn't plug the power directly in. In fact, if you look, the power is at 12%, which is where I left it in the beginning of this. So that means it's 100% burning the same power as it's taking in, you know? Live view, let's see. Let's give it a shot. So this is live view wirelessly. Holy shit, it actually works. The live view wireless works. There's the shot. Not bad. Not bad. God damn, it is 5 o'clock already? So much for being done before 4 o'clock. All right, well, guys, that was half fun, half absolutely frustrating as hell. Thanks so much for sticking through it. It really means a lot that you hung out in that chat room and got hung out for it. I really appreciate it. I mean, I think it performs pretty well for what it is. I also think it's kind of amazing that it's $350 and not like $1,000 to wirelessly tether. They don't save to the card. No, they don't. What's weird is in Nikon software, it will save to card and PC, but in Capture One, it will only save to PC. Kind of strange. Wondering why that is. Yeah, and keep in mind, this is the introductory price, right? Like $350 brand new, you know, like, and it's not even like a year old yet, you know? So when I get the Z5, I'll mess around with that as well, man. My hair is out of control right now, huh? But I think I'm gonna get going. I got a lot of junk to pack up here, even though we only used raw lights. I think that's the coolest part of this demo, personally, is that it was bare lights. It was not modified in any way. To me, that was the cool part. Thanks for hanging out, Rag. I appreciate it. I'm gonna order some food, and yeah. All right, guys, I will see you soon. Thanks so much for hanging out. Thanks so much for sticking through that terrible live stream on YouTube. And yeah, take care, guys. Hopefully I can export this and put it back on YouTube. I think this is a pretty good one. All right, guys. Later.